going was her strength of will, even with her body racked with pain.
Oh no.
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed. It was during this time that Peruware suggested a new Clairvy never gave another reason, but Peruware could see if she couldn't escape and fight back. Precisely. Death was the only way that she felt she could be. It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Peruware. The very person that had stood by her side all those years. It was a fierce battle. But ultimately, Clairvy decided to let Peruware end. From that moment on, Peruware's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it, it was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it. She was unsettled. And there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you two would like to take...
Crucibini?
Correct. This is the place where Peruware killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place, the moment she acted. Any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. It's one of the principles of the house. Only Peruware won the battle, and became a harbinger herself. After which Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, bestowed upon her a new name. Arlechino.
So the Perry Clairvy was talking about... It was you all along. You're Peruware. Arlechino is just a name you got later.
I left that name behind long ago. I must say, hearing it now does bring back memories. After I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself and even chose to give up my own name. I rebuilt the House of the Hearth under a new identity. Not only as Arlechino, but as father. And that is where the story ends.
Yeah. Based on what you just told us, Clairvy wasn't a little kid when she was killed. So the Clairvy we met...
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes to a fire. Something left over in the wake of blaze and ruin. You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind shadows of anything they consume. Of course, the chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly slim. Clairvy died when she was 16 years old. But what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance wasn't the only thing affected. Most of her memories were lost to the blaze. Memory is a mysterious...
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were talking to her.
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clairvy is someone...
So if all of that is true, then you must have known about Clairvy for a long time.
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and unstable entity. Sometimes she would look after the children. She's even saved some, but other times she would hide from me and become obsessed with revealing the truth about the house to anyone who will listen. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time. Your attempts to expose Clairvy to sunlight. They failed, yes? The reason is actually quite simple. In Clairvy's mind, the house is impossible to escape, and it is this very perception that traps her there. But no matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck of ash will be left behind this...
Wait! Paimon can understand why you might want her gone, but isn't there enough... So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to her first!
It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for Filial and Nantoy as well. She's had quite the effect on them. I hope you understand.
Is this really what you want to do?
Whatever, could you...
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs. Anger and sorrow. Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver. Well, it appears it's about time. I do believe I've kept my end of the deal.
Here they are, Father.
You gonna execute him? Seeing something like that would actually be a first for me. Lenny!
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more time, but I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish.
Huh? Are you...
Indeed, it's been a while, Clairvy.
Harry!
Shh. Stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first, I believe certain scores need settling.
Father, let me explain.
Out of my way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that, you must be punished. Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more pressing concerns...
By traitors?
Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to...
Fultz, why don't you share what you heard?
Yes, Father. Secret Midnight Meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantoy. Nantoy clearly said, if only Father wasn't the one who took us in. Sato added, I'm sick of this life. I just want to live as a normal person. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things about Father.
I did not! You're lying! Fultz is trying to frame us.
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking about Clairvy. You were using all those things Clairvy brought up as an excuse to question Father. We're birds locked in a cage. The only way out is to destroy it. That's what you said, wasn't it?
You little. You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo, have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and changed...
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die. You're our family.
Liar. You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case. So why? Why have you backed us into a corner?
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of work we do, Filial. A single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That kind of thing is hard to forget. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings. A lot of the things you talked about really crossed the line.
You've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it, the move to Poisson was just a way to make it easier to spy on us, wasn't it? Because we were all in one place. You've had this planned all along.
Filial, Nantoy, I owe you both my life. I owe Clairvy too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, I wouldn't be standing. If this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness. Even if—
Why?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake, and we should own up to it. We broke the rules. Plain, and I'm sorry, Sheplo. Fultz, we accept our punishment.
Chapleau, according to the rules of the House of the Hearth, how should these...
all those who betray the house pay with their...
And so it shall be.
Father, please wait!
Something you want to say,
Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and the others did. Does it really count as we all come from broken families? From the very first day we joined the House of the Hearth, we wanted nothing more than to make it a real home. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look like. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. Killing Filial. So please, Father. Please.
I agree with Linny.
Father, please. Linny. I also agree with Linny.
An order once given cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your determination...
Our weapons?
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Precisely. The rules of the House will not be altered. Traitors must be punished. However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I
Impossible.
Did you hear that, Traveler? Lynn and the others have to duel the knave. If they lose those...
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver.
Looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this.
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of...
What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Traveler?
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your all. Any less. Is it my turn now?
Now's our chance!
Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
No escape! Father's even stronger than I expected.
Now that's more like it. Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
If I really have to draw my blade, then...
Spare your energy. Running is of little use. With these rising flames! Is it my turn now?
Watch out for Father's movements!
With the fall of darkness, destruction shall rise. Have a taste of purgatory.
Go!
Hang in there!
Cool it! Oh, so sorry. Don't push your luck.
How amusing.
If I really have to draw my blade, then...
Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
Is it my turn now?
Water jet! Watch out for Father's movements!
Spare your energy. Running is of little use.
Illusion shattered! Cool it!
Over here! The countdown has begun.
Like a fly tangled in a web. With these rising flames. Is
Water
it
jet!
my turn?
Try to pace yourself!
Spare your energy. Running is of little use. Darkness has been seared away. My blade is all that remains.
Water jet! Now's our chance!
Over here! There is no escape!
Water jet! Watch out for Father's
Your
movements!
punishment
Look out!
made manifest.
Water jet!
The sun and moon have set.
Over here!
Remains.
All hope is lost. Who's next?
Watch out for Father's movements! Look out!
Under all. Who's next? You should know better than to crowd in one place.
Oh, I know. No! I'm sorry, Father!
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack. made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
A crimson moon? I can't move.
Still, not strong enough to beat me. I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all. We wouldn't want things
Brother, are you...
Lenny!
given that I am the victor of this duel. As agreed, the punishment stands.
No!
I never thought things would end like this.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light, Elwar, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still...
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept them super safe. I didn't lose a single one.
Wonderful. Then, in just a moment, I'll have you administer them.
Bottled flames?
Indeed. They're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved. Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically, but your memories will be burned if you can withstand the pain. When you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth, and will be expelled from the organization. In other words, administering this concoction will kill the version of you that grew up in the house, and give you a... Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self.
So, you're just...
You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend to just let you go, because the person who survives will be nothing but a stranger.
Even so... I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry, Phil. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver. Don't let yourself be controlled by your emotions.
Of course.
Dry your tears.
Yes, Father!
Chaplot, Foltz, Elwar. Take them back to Poisson. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, the choice is yours. Goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father. Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you.
Father!
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Linny. I'll help you walk.
Thank you.
Clairvy.
Can we talk now? You really are Perry, aren't you? I haven't seen you in so long. Wait, did I somehow travel to the future on accident?
Neither. You died, Clairvy. That's what happened.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little. Look, she's done speechless.
Oh.
Huh? That's it? You accepted it just like that?
Yep. If that's what Perry says happened, then plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. If you're a harbinger now, Perry, that means Mother is gone, isn't she? Can you tell me about it? I want to know what happened to her. And to—
You never stopped trying to defy fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky. You wanted to— Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, she decided to make an example of you by slowly torturing you over time. That way, the other children would know what happens to traitors. Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to crown an ultimate victor. But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. Your efforts may have only delayed the inevitable, but still. You gave them hope. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Crucibina, and you never turned it on me. On that gloomy day, you told me, "For the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now, I realize that the only freedom I truly possess is the freedom."
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down, but somehow, I still think I understand. According to Mother's plan, only one of us was going to make it until the end. And I always hoped that person, if I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice.
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of freedom you were trying to pursue. But as the head of the House of the Hearth, and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms. The freedom to choose their own fate. It's something I discussed with the Eudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, they will be allowed to live a normal life in Fontaine without being prosecuted for their past. Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves worthy of it. Only freedom that is earned has true value.
That's more than enough. That's exactly the kind of life I was— You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing king, and a really great father. I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places. Perhaps they would be willing to tell you what the outside world—
Really?
Of course! We've
Those yokai you mentioned, what do they look like? I once saw a drawing of this one guy with horns on his head and a super scary face. Are there any yokai like that?
Oh, sounds like you're talking about an Oni. Yep, we've met one, and let Paimon tell you.
You know, I used to dream of playing the lute while— Ah, that's where Mora comes from. I never knew that before. If I had some more, I would buy 3 new dresses. One for me, one for Perry, and one for Mother. It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother, well, she probably wouldn't accept something like that either. I was always too afraid to skip Mother's fighting lessons, but at the academia, I'm just...
The situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused.
Oh no!
Don't worry. We were able to turn the situation around super.
How'd you do that? Come on, tell me!
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quick. Clairvy, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well? Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be makes me really happy, Paraware. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
Clairvy. She left so soon.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures. But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any whatever regrets.
Father?
It's Lenny! Hey, Lenny! What is he doing back here? Let's go.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered. Filial and the others have...
And you? What have you?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But we never wanted to leave the house. Lynette and Fremine feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the Hotel Bouffe d'été.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps, I must admit.
I just... never...
You're brave. You would do anything.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all...
You're a hero, Lenny.
Hero. Father is the real hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, I'm not deserving.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction and the necessary strength to act on it. We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. For someone of your talent, though, that's something that will come with time. Even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you. That capacity to honor your convictions is what I truly see in you.
Father.
No one knows if reaching a certain strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will never be worthy of the throne.
I understand,
Children must. The road ahead is not an easy.
You've done so much for me, Father. And that protecting my
Then you're welcome to stay. As for having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth at present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice shall. As for the two of you, no matter how arduous the journey ahead,
Didn't Linny say that Lynette and Fremine were recovering at the Hotel Bouffe d'été? Oh, I'm on. Lynette? Fremine? How are you
Much better. What about you? Are you feeling alright?
I knew you'd come out of. Oh, Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to him, they're having.
I see.
I'm glad Father came.
Wait, what? You've met the former knave?
Crucibina died a year after Clairvy. It was during the year between their deaths that I joined the House of the Hearth. Crucibina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing things. While she was alive, when I joined a couple of months...
Father took in...
The last time you...
She said she didn't want the foundation, and that's what Father did.
But I still thanked her. If Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth...
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't believe that being indebted to her should be what ties us together. But even we may have arguments...
Whether the path... So I wanted to say...
Oh, we didn't do anything.
Of course.
Our...
I actually saw them at... They didn't recognize me. They seemed